fight seems to have gone out of you. Seems sort of, I don't know, empty somehow.
Drained, perhaps? Is he drained? I think so.
Dark shadows.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. It's me, your friend, Joel Sharpton. I am one half of the Articulate Coven, and this is my watch of the original supernatural soap opera. We're up to episode 220 of Dark Shadows, and the Barnabas of it all is really coming along nicely. We're going to see, does the night call Willie out into the graveyard? I say yes. My guess is, though, if that is the case, that'll mean farewell and adieu to old Willie, at least in the land of the living. I don't know how this works, but in this world, I don't know how it works. Dracula, I think he had to bite him 3 times, is the way that standard kind of went for a while. That's not the way Lestat and Louie do it over on our main podcast, the Articulate Coven, where we're talking about the vampire Lestat as he begins his ascent into rock stardom. Folks, thank you. Wherever you're watching these, thank you for all your feedback. I do want to mention quickly that there were a couple of great pieces of feedback from our patrons. Let's get to those real quick. All right, first of all, from Nicole Matza, she says it's always so fun playing Where's Waldo with your head in the cover image. I really appreciate you, Nicole, for picking up on it. I'm glad somebody else enjoys it. It tickled me when I thought of the idea, and I love dropping myself in there on every episode. The one thing that I will say that I regret is that my current recording setup requires these external headphones, and they're hard to crop out in the imagery. I think it would work better if I just had my little AirPods in like I do for the regular podcast. All right, where else? I've got one more. Okay. On episode 215, I talked about how the A story and the B story are the same story. And Kevin mentions that this principle becomes more and more the case with Dark Shadows as the writers discover they can now tell stories with actual endings. This is my theory that the writers, or maybe just Dan Curtis, saw how to bring excitement and ratings, obviously, to a soap opera where the stories evolve and digress rather than give a really satisfying climax or sense of closure. I would argue it's not just the spooky elements which made Dark Shadows more interesting. It's also a new approach to serialized storytelling. Most major storylines run for about 13 weeks, by the way. That is very good to know, Kevin. I love having some of you viewers who've been around for a very long time. Okay. Tauni, theMostlyHarmless, commented on episode 214. I love watching Barnabas wax romantical about the old house. He's not a vampire. He's just European. Those wacky Europeans. It's funny because it is effectively the same thing that happens in Interview with a Vampire at one point. Louis' sister is picking on him about his white boyfriend. And Louis says, he's not white, he's French. And she says, oh, is that a new kind of white? Anyway, all right, thank you. Let's get into this episode 220 of Dark Shadows.
An illness that appears with the daylight and disappears as the sun sets and the darkness grows.
Feeling nice and able-bodied again there, are we? Time to go places, Willie. Got people to see and things to do.
And it's kind of hard to believe that only a few hours ago the doctor said you'd be in bed for a long, long time.
Well, I'm feeling better.
He said you were weak from loss of blood, Willie. I don't understand it. How can you be weak and collapsing from loss of blood and still be up and around the way you are? Can you answer that for me, Willie?
Hello. Your resident vampire expert would like to answer that for you, Jason. You see, the power of the darkness arises in the nighttime and is in repose during the daylight hours. Young Willie has become a tool of evil. He is now one of Barnabas's minions.
Why are you running hot and cold?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, we've had the doctor's opinion, Willie.
Doctors can make mistakes.
Maybe so. But when it comes to you, Willie, I don't make mistakes. Now, you've got something going on, and I want to know.
I'm going to beg to differ with you there, Jason. You've made mistakes with Willie already several times in the last few weeks, I would say, here in Collinsport.
We came here with one purpose in mind, didn't we? Didn't we? Well, you've got something going on your own, and you want to keep it for yourself.
No, Jason,
Well, whatever
no.
it is, you can keep it, because I don't want in on it. I don't want anything to do with it.
I got nothing. Please, believe me.
I don't believe you. We don't think alike anymore. We don't even think the way we used to a week or so ago.
Jason, please.
I don't know that y'all thought alike a week or so ago either, Jason. I mean, I've talked about this before, especially with the old actor. It was bizarre that you would even be associated with that guy. Like, the style of grift you work with doesn't make any sense with that other guy. This guy has been more pliant. Now, as we said previously with the feedback from J2299, like, this guy's broken too, to some degree. So I don't know. It's a complicated question. I get it, but still.
I'm sorry it has to be this way, but there's no use kidding ourselves. We have no future.
No future.
Anyway, I'm not sending you away empty-handed. I got the 500 for you.
Doesn't make any difference.
Since when doesn't a few bucks in your pockets make any difference to you, Willie? Now, you see, that's what I mean. Your whole attitude is wrong. Here we are, splitting up. I'd expect you to take that pretty hard. Maybe even start swinging.
Honey, I'm not looking to fight with you.
No. Well, the fight seems to have gone out of you. Seems sort of, I don't know, empty somehow.
Drained, perhaps? Is he drained? I think so.
I wish I knew what it was, Willie, because I'd like to help you.
You can't help me.
Make everything sound so hopeless. As if you were finished, washed up. Dead and buried. And now what's the matter with you?
You just said the magic
You're always a
word.
man I could say anything to, Willie. I've got the money in my room. I'll get it and meet you downstairs. You've become a man of mystery to me, Willie. A man who disappears in a cemetery. I'd like to know what happened to you in that cemetery.
You stick around, Jason. You stick around. Somebody will show you exactly what happened to him. I think the way that Barnabas was looking at him the other day in the foyer of the house, it absolutely, Barnabas has some intentions for old Jason McGuire.
The doctor says you have to follow a special diet. So, Mrs. Johnson prepared this for you.
That's nice of her.
Well, she feels that basically underneath your hard exterior, you're a good person.
But you don't.
I'd rather not discuss it. Better start with the orange juice.
No, I'd rather not.
Well, then the soup.
Oh, Vicky, I don't think he's going to eat any of that. You stick around long enough, he might want to eat you, though. I think he's got one more visit from Barnabas before that's really a problem. It is funny, though, that Mrs. Johnson has never thought the best of anybody, but for whatever reason, she thinks the best of Willie Loomis. Lord have mercy.
Look, it's not for me to forgive you. I'm sorry everything turned out this way. And I'm sorry you've been sick. But that's all the sympathy I can give you.
I don't think I deserve even that.
You don't.
become awfully remorseful?
Is that what I am?
Yes, I'd say so. What's made you this way, your illness?
My illness? Yeah. My illness has made me very, very remorseful.
Well, Liz?
Are you pleased? Are you pleased, Liz? I am pleased. You know what? This is, and again, I said it in the last episode, but I mean it. This show is really firing right now. It's an ensemble in a way that it was not previously. And even when Liz takes her days off, or Barnabas takes his days off, the show just floats.
He'll be out of here in a few minutes, and then everything will be back to normal.
Nothing will be back to normal until you're gone, too.
Well, now, that might be sooner than you think.
Anything that I can do to speed the day?
I'll let you know.
Yes, do.
I gotta say something to Mrs. Stoddard.
I'm not interested in anything you have to say to me.
Mrs. Stoddard, please. I gotta tell you. It's important.
What you gonna tell her, Willie? You gonna tell her about her cousin, your new buddy from out of town? I don't think so. Maybe. Let's see.
Mrs. Stoddard,
Come on, Willie. Let's go.
I gotta tell her.
Mrs. Stoddard isn't interested in anything you have
Just
to say.
tell her.
Let's get going.
But this is something different.
Willie, just say goodbye and let's get out of here.
Mrs. Stoddard.
Goodbye, Willie.
All right, Willie. The talk is finished.
Yeah, I guess so.
Every time you said Mrs. Stoddard, you could have just said Barnabas Collins. Vampire bit me. Evil lurking. Danger. Danger. Will Robinson.
What's gonna happen to me?
Well, I don't know, Willie. That's sort of up to you, isn't it?
No. No, it's not up to me.
Nope. Barnabas knows what will happen. Okay, at this point I feel fairly confident that it's going to be a vampiric servant sort of situation, right? Like maybe he won't be a full-on vampire, but Willie's going to get turned and he'll be just a tool for Barnabas.
I'm afraid anxiety about my proposal to move into the new house is the reason for my visit. I don't want to press you, but I wonder if you've given more thought to it.
Yes, I have.
And what are your feelings?
You're welcome to live in the old house as long as you want to.
How splendid. I'm very grateful to you, Elizabeth. You don't know how happy this makes me.
When will you be moving in?
Almost immediately.
Oh, it doesn't need to be cleaned up.
Ooh, perhaps a room at a time.
Well, if you like, I can send Mrs. Johnson down to prepare it for you.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Well, can I help you find someone?
Oh, I've already made preparations for that.
Ah, you are well organized.
Well, I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Well, I guess we know where old Willie Loomis is going to find new employment. How's Barnabas going to explain that to the family when they show up and Willie's dusting?
You mean you actually want to live there?
Yes, live. That's exactly what I intend to do.
Man, okay. You know my opinion. You can't use that particular musical note unless it's the end of the show. It's just not fair. It's just, that's too good a musical cue. You have to save it. It's like, although I guess Lost does this. I'm watching Lost right now again with my kiddos. Their first time. It's my revisit. Obviously, I watched it when it was new, but Lost has that no intro, right? Just the sort of sound as the word lost spins around. And then on their outros, it's the thud. It's that doom, the heavy musical cue. Anyway, it's perfect. And they misuse it occasionally in that show on like act breaks instead of making it the end of an episode. But genuinely, it bums me out when Dark Shadows uses their ending cue, in this case, in the middle of an episode.
Well, I may in fact restore parts of the house to its original condition.
Oh, that would be a fascinating and very ambitious project. I'd be so curious to see the progress you made.
You are welcome there anytime.
Are you going to...
Well, first of all, now we know what's going to be the set budget for the next good bit. I'm so excited to have 2 mansions is going to be pretty cool, first of all. Also, one imagines this is useful to them as like a segue to using that old house as the primary set when we go back in time, right? I know eventually this show does whole storylines where we're back in the Collins family history. So if we're rebuilding that set piece by piece into a full version of a functioning house, heck yeah, man.
buy the house?
No, Mrs. Stoddard has merely given me permission to stay there.
How long will you stay?
Oh, I'm not certain.
But won't it be awfully expensive to put so much money into something you don't own?
You cannot put a price on what I intend to do there.
Well, that sounds ominous. You can't put a price on what I intend to do there? What do you intend to do there, sir? Mr. Collins?
Well, here they are.
Barnabas,
Some of
old
them rusty.
pal?
I don't even know which is the one to the front door.
Oh, Mrs. Stoddard, I think you'll be very happy to know that Willie Loomis has gone.
No, I know that.
Do you know, I'll never understand the change that came over him. He apologized for everything he did.
Yes. He did seem rather defeated, without spirit. Illness often does that to people. But unfortunately, in Willie's case, I think he'll go back to his old self.
I don't think so. Somehow I have the feeling that the change in Willie is permanent.
Beautiful transition. Not exactly spot on like the best ones that we've seen, in that the visuals that we're transitioning from into are not inherently connected with the dialogue. But I do say that's an ominous set of dialogue there too. The changes in Willie may be permanent. Yeah, I think they're probably permanent as well. That's what vampirism will do.
Where are you? What are you waiting for? Come in.
There he is. Welcome to your new workplace, Willie.
Close the door. This will be our home from now on. There'll be much for you to do.
All right.
Well, you don't sound very enthusiastic.
I...
What is it?
Nothing.
Good. Now, Willie, it's time for you to go out. You know what you have to do.
I can't.
You no longer have anything to say about what you do. Go. Now.
Willie Loomis, the original DoorDasher, ladies and gentlemen. Just running out to get Barnabas a bite to eat. See, that's how you use that musical cue. That's the way you do that. All right, the old house. Back front and center. Joan Bennett stepping aside a little bit from the main stage here to let in not John Carlin, but our man himself, Jonathan Frid, as Barnabas Collins. Goodness gracious, y'all. This show's real good. We're off and running. If you are enjoying these, I want to say thank you so much for doing so. I know we picked up some new watchers recently as Barnabas has arrived. Has arrived. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Regardless, if you are watching these on YouTube, you can get them early, ad-free, more often at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do there early and ad-free. Thank you so much to all of our patrons who are supporting these videos, and I'll be back soon with episode 221 of Dark Shadows.